Hey everyone, we are here with the late edition of Tournament Results Monday, which is actually Tuesday, which actually makes better sense because like Tournament Tuesday, right? Double T. But yeah, thanks to Fuzzy for making these, infographs again slash charts. No pie graphs this time though. But big weekend, and actually it's looked like it was a bit hard to get some of the top. So look, if you guys are at the venue and you see what topped, right? You don't even need the deck codes or anything. Just send them out, right? Send them to Fuzzy. Send them to just post on Twitter, and Fuzzy will make something nice out of it, and get some data out there, right? Updated on the VG Paradox site, so it looks nice, and it'll be at least a great help to the entire community. We don't need every single result. You don't need to know every single detail of the deck. If you just even know what is being played, that's fine too, right? That's fine too. So first off, we're going to start off with Germany first. So we have the Navigators first with the Chronojet, Ava, and Minerva. And you're going to see here, if you see here and you see in the later kind of results, you're going to see a trend, right? And that is 2 decks plus 1, yeah? Second is Team Alliance H come Hassan with the Chrono Ava and Barrow Magnus as a third. Then Team Cardiff Online with the Chrono Ava and the Minerva. And then the fourth one was No Horny Bonk Squad with the Chrono Ava and the Youthberg. So that last one is like the hyper meta team, I guess. Do we call that now? That was like the Japan common Japan team. Oh, actually no. Because Ava wasn't there. It was actually Ebisu. But, let's take a look at the kind of the lists that are being played. So first off, the unique ones, because we all know what like Chronojet and Ava look like. If you want to look at them though, they are out there. There are deck codes for them, so you can go see that. This is the Minerva list. Kind of a pretty straightforward Minerva list. We've seen this one quite often, just with the the Calibrate and the Drilling Angel, and then the rest is just your Genesis stuff. And yeah. Pretty straightforward list. It's Minerva, I think, has been quite overlooked by a lot of people. Can't forget, it restands. Yeah, it restands. So it's already a good deck. But it should be fine as a third pick. And I do think we see quite a few of them. This kind of trend repeat itself as well. And then the other one that is kind of interesting is the Barrow list. So we haven't really seen Barrow in a very long time, but as we are living in the West, we do have, well, there's more Barrow players, I think, than there are in the East, yeah? And this one is just the single Barrow, right? Single Barrow Magnus, but with the four Pony the Ride line as well. We've seen this tech before. Then we actually have, some Mekanis, only 3 Swirlers, which is insane. I know Swirlers are quite expensive, but I feel like maybe it'd be nice to get, 4 Swirlers, right? 4 Swirlers for, 1 Mekani, maybe? But yeah, otherwise, yeah, pretty interesting Barrow list, still 2 Pandemonium Tactics. Yeah, so cool, nice to see. And then moving on to V, in Germany, V did not have teams. They didn't have enough people playing teams, so they had to go to singles. I think this is the second time, and I don't, not the second time, it's the second time there was a low turnout for V. I think previously for California there was a low turnout for V, but I don't blame them. Because of the format. We're still waiting for that ban list, which I think should be happening soonish, based on the Y Schwartz announcements. But this one was won by Spike Brothers, and then second play was Mortiz with the Battle Sisters, and then third was a Glendios deck, and then fourth was actually Maxime Delon with the Steam Maiden. So you'd be quite surprised, going, wow, why isn't Steam Maiden in first place? Well, actually, the Glendios does have a pretty good matchup against the Steam Maiden. It's one of the only bad matchups the deck has. While the other decks, I guess, sometimes you can get lucky. Right? It's just how it is. We do actually have the Spike Brothers list, so this one looks like it might be crushing. So that's probably half. Yeah, we got the Spike Brothers list here. Just your good old Rising Nova, right? Just Force 3 is still good. You got, Juggernaut Maximum, and the copying and all that. It's nice. Surprise! It first place, right? And then we have the Battle Sisters one here, with the fromage, and just, get crit, right? Crit. Easy game. Yeah, easy game. And then lastly, we have Premium. So Premium, it's kind of a similar situation where you have like the 2 decks plus 1, but you know, the winning team this time has rather unique decks, let's put it that way. So first one was Shining Cardboard Addiction, with the Highlander is like the normal one, but then we have Kheios and then Ghidorah. So that's kind of weird, right? And then the second was Navigators with the Regalia, Steam Maiden, and Narukami. So these guys not wanting to take the Highlander list, opting to take Narukami instead. Then third we had Eights Gaming, I think, yeah, with with the Royal Paladin, the Jewel Knights, and then taking the Highlander and the Steam Maiden. And then last we got Team Cardiff Offline taking Narukami, Genesis, and the Steam Maiden. So it's interesting. Not everyone wanting to take Highlander, right? That's you would think Highlander is probably one of the better decks right now. But let's kind of look at the interesting list again. So we have that Chaos list. This is a pure Chaos list, right? We have the Freeze Ray and the Chaos Breaker Dragon. That's pretty much as Star Vader as you can get with the list. No differences. You have the interesting tech here, this PR. We can't see anything. Later Searcher, which lets you just unlock during the battle phase and able to, you know, pop off Chaos Breaker's effects. So very good against the Excel Circles. Basically, actually, it's very good against, you know, any like Force and Excel, especially Protect. Yeah, it's okay, but you know, those two will definitely lower power gains. A bunch of nostalgic cards. You know, Colony Maker. Wow, Globulula. Yeah. Very, very, very old school. Actually surprised to see it, because like, you know what actually beats Chaos and makes you feel a bit sad? The Hell Trotter. You know, that's unlocks their whole field and doesn't care. But yeah, crazy. And then next we have is the Ghidorah list. So actually just running V Ghidorah with the Cradles. And yeah, Mega Colony. Pretty good against Steam Maidens, I have to say, right? Some matchups you just kind of just feel good against, while others not so much. Yeah, not so much. I think there was like another Mega Colony that also topped in Georgia as well. So keen to see that. Then next we have is just the Regalia list. I think people have forgotten about Regalia. It's still a good deck, right? It's still a good deck. It's got a scary push turns. It's got the what was it, Ratrum now? So you have Denal Griffin plays, kind of like battle phase tricks, we'd like to call it that. But yeah, I think people have forgotten about Regalia. Still a strong deck. It just kind of got pushed out by a lot of other decks that were still fine in the meta, I think. But still, you know, it's still good, right? It's still good. The next we have is this Narukami list. So this one is, Narukami did get hit by the previous list, so they lost Stunverse. But you know, if you were on the Exterminate train, then you didn't really care, right? You just up your Exterminate counts and just call it a day. I think this list is very European. I saw something very similar to this list like before the ban list, where they ran the 4-4. And yeah, you can just kind of stick to that and just continue doing your own thing, right? Just change 2 cards and you 2 or 3 cards with it and you're good to go, right? So yeah, just exterminate more, and your Narukami problems are solved. Next we have is this Jewel Knight list. I like Jewel Knights in Premium. I wouldn't mind playing it if my teammates weren't so serious, I guess. You know, dedicated to winning, competitive, Metadog. Yeah, but I think it's a strong deck. It's a strong deck for sure. You have to respect it, because if you don't, you just randomly lose to crits and die. And you know, I think a lot of people don't really fully understand what this deck can do, because it's always like not at the top. When you have a restanding Vanguard with Guard Restrict with crits, I think it's automatically scary. And those Guard Restricts like last the entire turn. Those are the things that get banned, man. Those are the things that get banned. But you know, Royal Paladin kind of has it inside their on their like stride, on their second stride. So yeah, very, very scary if you're not careful. And then lastly, we do have that. This is just the other Narukami list for Team Cardiff. Very similar to the one that we just saw before, I have to say. I think it's just pretty much the same list, nearly. But just yeah, at least the same background, and you know, if it works, right? So good, cool. Nice to see Narukami back. Yep. Moving on to Georgia, we have Standard in Georgia, and this one's an interesting one. So we've got we see some of the same things, but there's two ones that didn't go the whole way. So first off, we have Fullbringer. Instead of taking Chrono and Ava, they took Chrono, Overlord, and Kheios. So Kheios is definitely that weird pick. I think Overlord is a fine pick, right? But Kheios is definitely a strange one. Second, we have his mid plus with the Chrono Ava and the Overlord. And then third is More Than a Piece of Paper, Please, with the Chrono Ava Youth. And then last was Tri-Fighters there in fourth place with the Chrono. And then the Minerva and Flagberg. So, yeah, okay, that's an interesting one. Let's take a look at the Kheios one. So, this is definitely the list that everyone will be wondering what is going on. And this is apparently an anti-meta rush deck. And if you look at the grade counts, we have 22 grade 1s. So let's minus 4 grade 1s for like PGs. So we basically have 18 grade 1s being run. That means you can just throw down a hand and just kind of go, right? Now, you're going to see a lot of cards here because Kheios does want to run a bunch of different cards. But some things that stand out, you know, you have to run the Mekanis because the Mekanis are always good, right? 2 Brainwash Swirlers, right? 2 Brainwash Swirlers instead of, so maybe like, you could probably run a bit more, maybe, but I guess his effect doesn't pop off until you're at grade 3 with the power gain, so maybe you don't need it, right? You just use it for the soul charge, and that's it. But you have 4 flaming ponies here, so that's cool, right? 4 flaming ponies. Just if you can chuck them into the soul, then you're good to go, right? Just keep on going there and just blah blah blah, get a bunch of soul and soul charge big time. And then the rest is just, you know, one-offs of a lot of triggers. Yeah, pretty much. And then you have like 4 of the order here, so this should be this order. I think, you know, it used to be the, how do you say it? If you pulled it from your PR pack, you felt kind of bad, but you know, when you start and when you actually read the card, it is actually really good for Kheios. So let's kind of take a look at it together. So look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to the same number of cards among them as the number of cards in your soul with Kheios in their different card names, put them into your soul, then shuffle your deck. Then if your soul has 8 or more different cards, choose up to 1 card from your soul, call it to the Regard circle, choose one of your Regards with Mekani in its card name, and it gets plus 10k until the end of turn. So you have a bunch of Mekanis, they get a bunch of power. This starts going off at turn 1 as well. So you can just make big power lines, and your opponent just can't do anything about it. And that's that, right? That's that. Throw down basically everything. Throw down a bunch of 1s. Make your opponent have to commit hand guarding, and then later on just kind of just multi-attack and kill them. Right. So I love to see this deck in action as well. You know, definitely something that should be interesting to test out. And yeah, give it a go. Give it a spin. See if you like it. See if it's good for the meta. Right. Next we have is the Overlord. So this is just pretty much the good Overlord build that we see now with the new Alder Hatchet Dragon. You know, everyone on that train. It's a strong build. It just doesn't really care what the meta is. Restands, hits triggers, opponent's dead. Good times, yeah. And then lastly we have is that Flagberg list. So we haven't really seen much of Flagberg recently because just there's way more better decks. But hey, it's America, right? It's America. They love their Flagbergs there, I think. So overall, yeah, Flagberg, cool to see. I think we saw a list similar to this like way back because they were running like Rousing Breath Dragon. Yeah, no, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but hey, you know, some people like it. It's only a one-off, so if you don't see it, you don't. If you do, it's nice too, right? Feels like, you know, it just conflicts with Shelling Cannon, but hey, if you have it, it's a freak. It saves you for Counterblast. That's good, right? That's good in my books, yeah. So then we have V here. This one was won by Noman's team, so WCC TTH baby. And yeah, I think they've been winning. Apparently, been winning this Georgia for like 6 years in a row now. Apparently, so yeah, I've just been calling Noman the King of Georgia now because he's. I mean, do that good. It's you probably deserve it, right? Yeah, they took the Steam Maiden, Lawad, and the Angeline, so just pretty much just the meta decks, right? Same with Kingslayer, X Crow's Nest. They know what's going on. They love V as well. They brought the same lineup. Then KSC and Angel took the Steam Maiden Regalia. It looks like a Regalia, yeah. And then the Malkuth line, which is totally different. Actually, totally different. And then 4th place was For Loco Forever with actually just not taking Steam Maiden at all, right? They took the Lawad, Harry, and the Night Rose team. So that's a different one. Let's put it that's a unique one, right? But let's kind of look at the Regalia deck. So this one is just Regalias plus like one of the Astral Poet to just maybe get another Force marker, right? I guess, and it just seems like a very normal list. You know, it's a very normal list. Regalia restands and, you know, stack triggers and restand, and that's kind of it. So actually quite surprising, you know, quite surprising it made it. No Verastrums or anything like that, I guess. Normally, I know a lot of people ran Fenrir builds to be able to, you know, combo with Verastrum to be able to totally shut down entire turns of Steam Maidens. But, you know, Regalia just doesn't really have that. I guess just bash them. Just bash them. It's V, right? And then next we have is like the Malkuth. Malkuth, I don't know, man. I don't know, Malkuth, right? But hey, Malkuth came third, so yeah, I'm sure Malkuth fans are happy. They're always, when we look at VG top decks, there's always them there, right? So good to see them take a bronze, right, this time. And then in the fourth place, we have the Harry list. So this one, I funnily enough, I did face like a Harry at BRO one time and nearly lost to it, right? The scary thing about the deck is, you know, if you don't know what it does and it randomly kills you. That's like that's the scariest part of the deck. And yeah, look at this. Draws, okay, 4 draws, so it's like a much more normal list. The one I played against ran like 12 crits. But yeah, it's like normal list, but this is one of those decks which is a surprise factor. People have forgotten what Harry does. I don't think it was around in the meta that long anyway. And nowadays it'll just kind of pop up and go, hey, surprise, boom, you're dead. And go, well, what the hell? Why is this hitting so big with like with this dragon, you know? Why are you going Excel 1? What are you doing? Like, yeah, I think that can happen. Right? That can definitely happen, especially in a team tournament. So yeah, Harry in 4th place, you know. that's the first, man. The next we have is the premium. So this one is Crit Club presents Team Bababui, with, you know, the two well-known decks plus Highlander Dimension Police, yeah, and then Solar Eclipse with the Highlander. That sounds like the Steamlander, all right, Steamlander with the Mega Colony there, the Gridora, and then Kingslayer's AAA with only Steam Maiden, then with NLK and Deleters, yo. And then 4th place of CFU Honor Roll with the Steam Maiden, and then the NLK and the Nightmare Dolls. Right, the Nightmare Dolls. Alright, so let's kind of look at the list. So first off, we have that Dimension Police one. So this is just, yeah, Dimension Police, yeah. With the Taser Age. I think this is actually a standard Dimension Police list. We've seen these kind of Dimension lists, Dimension Police lists here a bit. Right, maybe it's not actually, because I just saw the Goyusha. Huh. Yeah. Okay. So this is like a jump list. This is like I guess you can jump, and then like when your opponent's like trying to ride down, they just feel bad. Right? Okay. I dig. So it went a bit high roll, which is fine. It's a team tournament, right? You have two power decks in the other slots. They will probably win. If you're playing against a power deck like a Highlander and a Steam Maiden, you have to be relying on these kind of gimmicks, right? These high rolls to be able to just give you a win randomly like that. So I respect that. And then your stuff, right? Your strides, your 2 strides that you go into, and your good G Guardian, right? Unibird, and then Excalibur, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then just keep on guarding with Giramelgos. Right, yeah. I mean, if you first stride into Geomaglis, right, while your opponent's on 2, that's pretty good. That's like, that takes you to the win condition pretty strongly, because it sets up all your defensives, and yeah, that's good. All right, yeah, big. I dig that. Big good. Yeah. Then next is I think this was piloted by Peter, right? Taking V Gridora as well. So not even G Gridora. What happened with G Gridora, right? There's actually a few different variants of Mega Colony floating around, right? But you know, everyone's kind of went with the V Gridora one. But yeah, going V Gridora with your with just the strides here. Pretty good against Steam Maiden. But I guess it's also like if you Obsterandus lock, like a Highlander, can be kind of annoying, I guess, right? Because although it's like CB2, you pretty just can't call cards to the rearguard circle. So it kind of shuts down a lot of attacks, which is nice. So, alright, cool. And then next we have is the deleter list. So this is like a freeze ray deleter build, right? There's like a lot of different variants. I know there's like a Messiah deleter. I think one of my like Togen was running a freeze ray deleter, so this is similar to that. And then I think in like Perth it was like just a straight up normal delete, just straight up deleters. But yeah, concept is simple. Just go into your Cosmic Dawn Dragon. I reveal this. I should know the name, right? Cosmic Dawn Dragon. I got the Nebula part right though, right? And then just restand a bunch of times and call a bunch of stuff out, and restand a bunch of times, and just hope your opponent dies, right? It's the Wombo combo. And then this is the NLK deck, right? It's gotten stronger with the Covetous Succubus now. A lot more ways to soul charge without needing counterblast, which is kind of the weakness. You just hope you don't ride Barrow first, right? You just gotta pray to the NLK gods to keep on going NLK every single time and not feel bad. But overall, I think it's a strong deck. People have been, kind of sleeping on it, I think, just because, there were just straight up better decks out there. Way more consistent ride downs, big power, you're not fragile, you just kill them, right? So yeah, NLK, team tournament, you have to play 3 decks. Definitely a pick. Then the other one is kind of, there it is. Yeah, Covetous Succubus. It's basically the same game plan as well. It's everything I've said already, right? And then lastly, we have the Nightmare Doll. So this is another deck that I think people have been sleeping on for like team tournaments at least. Nightmare Doll is still scary, right? It's still, if you don't respect it, it will just kill you. You give it too much counterblast, it kills you, right? It's you're at 0 damage. Oh, no damage triggers, you're dead. that's literally that can just happen to basically every deck, right? Every deck. It's got some new gimmicks. Main gimmick being if you attack without paying attention to this G-Guard, you might just lose. But yeah, otherwise, since decks are stronger nowadays, it's gotten a lot more fairer. As if anything gets hit, if we're getting something similar to a Japanese ban list, and this remains untouched, then it's definitely one of the big contenders for basically the entire format, in my opinion. So those were basically all the lists this time. A lot of lists to go through, actually. Big weekend. Again, if you have any information when you go to these tournaments, just like post them, send them to Fuzzy, send them to me, send them to anyone, and we can make something good from it, right? We can make something good from it and make the community a better place. And thanks everyone for playing and showing, and thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, right? We do review more decks on VG Top Decks. I'm sure if these people, post their list, so we can talk much more deeply into it. This one is much more an overview. But hey, yeah, that's it. See you all later. All right, see you soon. See you soon. Bye.